Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. All right, we are live after hopefully Yacht Club is paying for that second commercial. Anyway, we are live on the Golf Dudes Podcast. Don't mind our producer. Anyway, lots to get to today. Sorry for the confusion. Rich Capali is remote once again. Rich, how you doing today?
Not too bad, boys. I'm just trying to get my AirPods figured out again. For some reason, I'm not having good luck today. But yeah, not too bad. Had to work today, unfortunately. But yeah, sun is shining finally, and we're gonna have some good weather tomorrow. So it's gonna be a fun day.
Absolutely, it was a fun day today, fun day tomorrow, fun day all weekend long, and so let's get right into it. Our amateur round one or match play round one is in the books over at Kirkbride Country Club today. I know I originally said we were going to be live at Kirkbride and do the show from there. Unfortunately, the rain on Monday kind of messed up the schedule, and they were done early this afternoon, and it didn't really make much sense for us to be live at Kirkbride 7 hours later. Or approximately. So we're not live at Kirkbride, unfortunately, but we might be doing something over the weekend, depending on what it looks like and how it goes. So not live from Kirkbride, unfortunately, but we are here. So let's get into it. Round one of the matches, round of 32, was completed today. Lots of action. Excuse me. And it pretty much, for the most part, went chalk. It pretty much went with the guys that you kind of thought would win. At least I did for the most part. And so that's kind of where we were at. So you weren't there today, but let me just recap some of these things. And I know you followed it online a little bit and through our live blog. And thanks to everybody for checking out the live blog throughout the day. We'll have another one tomorrow, as I mentioned in my Facebook Live earlier. So stay tuned for that. That'll go up early tomorrow morning, and I'll go out on our e-blast and everything as well. So McKinley Slade, he beat Chris Roloff today. Now he faces the medalist Kevin Silva. Kevin Silva took medalist honors on Wednesday. It's supposed to be Tuesday. Wednesday, and he was 10 under par for 2 days at Kirkbride. Kevin Silva was, including he dropped a 20-foot birdie putt, or 20 feet or so, birdie putt on 18 that day to give him a two-shot lead over Andrew O'Leary. So he won his match today, although he was 2 down early to Colby Simmons, who got in on a playoff early this morning against Nick Salvatore. So anyway, now Silva's going to face McKinley Slade. That's tomorrow, obviously. And then the other match, local is a Kirkbride guy, Tom McCormick. He beat Rob Groskoff 4-3, and McCormick was actually the first match in. It was a close match early on through the front 9 or so, and then Tommy kind of put him away on the back. So he's going to face Liam Gillett. Liam Gillett had a dominating performance today over Alex Parenti, beating him 4-3, and so now they face each other tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that match. And then I have 2 feature matches picked out for tomorrow that I'm excited for. I mean, I'm excited for the entire day, obviously. I mean, like I said, I had a blast today. I can't wait to go back tomorrow. Probably be there early because I don't sleep. So anyway, 2 feature matches, and this is one of them that I'm looking forward to. Bobby Leopold today beat Joe Tucker in 19 holes. Bobby told me afterward that he probably didn't deserve to win that one. He didn't play that great. He was 2 down to Tucker on the 12th hole. And he kind of came back and beat him on 19. They went obviously back down 1. And now Bobby gets to face John O'Clair, who's a Kirkbride guy. He's won 13 Kirkbride championships. So
I'm just looking at this right now. Holy crap. This is going to be awesome tomorrow.
So that's one of my two feature matches. I'm getting to the other one. John O'Clair had a good win today. He was one down to Will Hall after 9 holes, and then he kind of flipped the switch on the back 9 and ended up winning it on 17. So he almost won it on 16. He just missed the birdie putt. That would have won the match. Would have halved the hole, won the match. Will Hall actually drove the green on 16 on John. He ended up just short. He ended up just short in the rough on the right, like where that hill is on 16, near the trees.
Yeah.
And he ended up just on that hill. And then he almost chipped the friggin' thing in for eagle.
That's awesome.
He had a tap in birdie. O'Clair had to give it to him, and then O'Clair almost dropped a birdie putt on top of him. He just missed, but then O'Clair closed it out on 17. So pretty cool sequence there. He had a bunch of Kerper guys watching him today, so that was a lot of fun to hang out with those guys. And I'm sure he'll have a big audience tomorrow against Bobby Leopold. So that is one of the two feature matches tomorrow that I'm looking forward to, and that match goes off at 7:46 a.m. And again, for those that may be going, they play twosomes. There's no foursomes and nonsense. They play twosomes, and it moves pretty quick. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, just going through the list here, and then we can get some thoughts or do some conversation about it if you want. Now with this next match, I'm kind of in a pickle because if you read the Golf News RI official preview, not the podcast. I mean, the podcast was good too, but the official preview that we put up on what the hell day we put the preview up? Sunday? I forgot. Anyway, I picked both Tyler Cook and Brad Valois as my choices to win the RI Amateur. Well, it turns out I'm in a pickle because they're playing each other tomorrow.
They're playing each other.
So I have an issue. Tyler Cook beat my buddy Derek Audette today. Totally heartbreaking loss for Derek. He played so well, and he got in a playoff, 8-for-6 playoff on Wednesday night. It was absolutely insane. So Tyler Cook beat him on 18. Derek was one down on 18 after Derek struggled on 17. Derek 3-putted the 17th green in a tough pin placement. The pin was way back left. And and it was hard to tell how far he had. It had to be probably 10 feet for the first putt. Missed it, and then missed a 2 or 3 footer coming back. And Cook ended up winning the hole with a bogey, which is always a bad beat at their level.
Wow, winning it with a bogey. Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Cook put his tee shot left near the cart path on the left, not near 18, the other side. And then he basically duffed his chip. He left his chip like 15 feet short, and then he missed the putt, and he had a tap in bogey.
Wow.
Which Derek gave him, and then Derek ended up three putting. So tough beat for them. Then they both were on the green on 18 and 2, putting for birdie. Cook put his tee shot over the hill on 18. It was like unbelievable. He had like a pitching wedge in.
Over
the
hill on the right?
On 18, he put it over the hill. Over the big hill in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah. And Derek was just behind him.
That's crazy.
Derek was in the rough.
Yeah.
If Derek was in the fairway, he probably would have been right next to him, so to speak. And so Derek put his shot to like 5 feet, and Cook put his shot to like 6 feet right next to him. And Cook's birdie putt just missed, but he gave Derek the line. And Derek's birdie putt just missed, and they ended up having the hole, which obviously was a win for Tyler Cook. So tough loss for Derek.
Where was where was the pin on 18 today?
Front right.
Front right. Oof.
Near the water.
Wow.
Like the water side.
Wow.
There's been some interesting pins. They haven't put it way in the back yet, so that could be coming tomorrow or the next day.
It could be.
Sure.
I'm saying that might be tomorrow. Yep.
So they haven't used it way in the back. So tough beat for Derek, but he made it to the match play, which is no small thing. That means he gets an exemption next year. He doesn't have to pre-qualify or any of that nonsense. Rich's screen just went dark, but that's okay.
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out my my AirPods. My apologies.
I wouldn't worry about it at this point. Tough beat for Derek, but he made match play, and he gets an exemption to next year's RA Amateur. I believe it's at Wanamatanami, which is would be a pretty cool place to hang out for a week.
That's gonna be fun. Woo, Wanamatanami, yeah, buddy.
I believe that's where it is next year. I could be wrong, but I believe that's where it is next year. So
that is gonna be awesome.
And then so then Brad Valois, I watched him tee off, and he was down early in his match to John Baldwin. John Baldwin, for those that follow amateur golf, he won the junior amateur last year at Alpine. And Valois was down early to Baldwin. He ended up kind of beating him up on the back and won 5-3, kind of cruised. So that's to be a great match as well. Tyler Cook versus Brad Valois. Valois
I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow.
Valois kind of getting his game back. He's been kind of missing in action for the last couple of years, and he qualified for the U.S. Amateur. And I just had a feeling that this could be it. Sometimes these things come in bunches, or he finds something, he gets rolling, and for whatever reason he was missing in action, and now he kind of looks like he has the game back mostly. So that'll be fun.
Yes, sir.
To the only notable collegiate in the field. Andrew O'Leary, he dominated Kevin Blazer today, 5-4. He now faces John Cooper in the second round. Cooper's a cool story. Cooper took a 5-year break from golf for whatever reason.
Oh, wow.
And now he's back, and now he's in the amateur. So he's going to have a tough time with Andrew O'Leary tomorrow. O'Leary, I think it was 3 or 4 under on the front 9. And that kind of...
What?
Yeah. And so that was kind of was the end of that.
Man.
And if you look at the score, and if you look at their scorecard, if you pull up the Golf Genius or whatever, if you look at the scorecard, Blazer didn't play that bad. It's not like he had 1-6 in there that obviously you're going to lose that hole every time. But he didn't play that badly. Yeah. Andrew O'Leary was dropping birdies on him. So what are you going to do?
That's crazy.
Joe Sargo says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Gentlemen, who walked in?"
Who walked in? We're not gentlemen.
Lynn Miller says, "Good evening." Good evening. Ryan Silver says, "I got them all fired up for some local golf." Yeah, it's pretty fun. I have to say, I had a blast last year at Pawtucket, and as I predicted, I'm having even more fun this year at Kirkbride because I'm at home and I'm taking advantage of being at home. I set my laptop right up at the bar, plug all my stuff in, and I'm all set. And that's pretty much what I do. Then I go out and take pictures and stuff, and whatever, obviously. But I'm taking advantage of being at home, so I'm having a blast. Can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait to wake up tomorrow and go tomorrow. So anyway, Andrew O'Leary, he's through to the next round. He'll face John Cooper. No offense to John Cooper, but I think O'Leary is probably going to win. Probably going to win that one. And then we get to my second feature match. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of good matches, no question. My second feature match for tomorrow, and he's actually watching, so we've got to be careful, is Austin Seeley against Mike Hamilton. Seeley beat Larry LaFauci today 6-5. Poor Larry. He's been playing so good this year. He won the state four ball with Tommy earlier, and he's had a good year. And he just got off to a bad start. He put his tee shot on 1 in the left trees. Right now, you picture the first hole. He's in the trees on the left. But I was standing down there for the first groups because what I did was, obviously I can't be everywhere. So what I did was I went down, walked down 1. I stood between 1 and the 8th tee so I could see 7. And then so I stood there for a while, watched the groups come through, and then kind of when they were all gone, I kind of made my way back up toward the clubhouse. That was the easiest way to do it. And then so Fauci put his tee shot in the trees on 1. So the ball comes out of the trees, hits the cart path, bounces over the 8th tee, and to the back of the 7th green. That's where he had to play his second shot from, behind the tree.
Holy
on the
crap,
hill.
Really?
Yeah, you know how the back. You know how the back of the 7th green slopes. There's that slope down there, like right on the back. It goes down. The rough, the slope. Yeah, he was there. The ball bounces over the cart path. I mean, over the 8th tee.
That's crazy.
Completely over the 8th tee, and it was crazy. He came down and he goes, "Joe, what the hell happened?" I said, "You hit the cart path. Sorry." He couldn't believe it. So that kind of was a bad break. Hey, you hit bad shots, you get bad breaks, and what are you going to do? But I think
I've been all over that
shook
course.
him.
I don't know if I've been there before.
Well, I haven't seen anybody play the first hole from there. I've been there to play the 7th hole. I haven't seen anybody play the first hole from there. I actually put a video up of it. I should put a video up of it on the Facebook page. I think I put like,
That's funny.
and then he almost saved par from there. He punched it out to the front of the green,
Wow.
and he almost ended up saving par. He ended up obviously losing that hole, but he almost saved par. It was almost an incredible par save, like I said in the video.
Nice.
So anyway, he was trying to find new and innovative ways to play the first hole. So unfortunately,
he was bored with the conventional way.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he kind of got beat badly, but I think that first hole kind of shook him a bit. In match play, something like that happens right off the jump. It kind of already gets you thinking, right? You're already in your own head, and so. But Austin Seeley is playing great. He came on our our Amateur Series podcast. Former Westerly High School basketball star, played at Rick 1 year, suffered a career-ending back injury, and now has transitioned to golf, and he's one of the top amateurs in the state. So he gets Mike Hamilton tomorrow, our guy, and again, he's watching, so I'm sure I'll hear about it tomorrow if I say anything badly. But Hammy
What's up, Hammy?
Hammy beat Matt Phillips today, 4-3. That was a close match too through the first 9 or so, as a lot of these matches are. And then Hammy just put him away and won 4. I think he closed him out on 14. 4-3. Would that be 14 or is that 15? Whatever. Either way, 4-3 was the final score.
We don't do math. We don't do math on the golf dudes.
We don't do math, especially live math on the golf dudes. That's always dangerous.
Right?
That's always a dangerous thing to do. Try to do math right on the air. So we're gonna try to avoid that. So that's gonna be a fascinating match tomorrow. I'm excited for it, and that goes off at a late one, 8:18 a.m. So that'll be.
I should be there. I should be there to see Hammy tee it off. So we'll be all right.
That's my second featured match of the day. And again, there's a couple of good matches, but I have two featured ones that I'm really interested in. So that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. The other matches, Jamie Lukowicz was dominant today. He beat Tim Picard 7-6. Tim Picard made it into the playoff last night. And he had already gone home, and he lives in Somerset, Massachusetts. So he has to rush back to Kirkbury last night from Somerset to get into the playoff. He just barely made it, and he ends up getting into the amateur. Then he loses 7-6 to Jamie Lukowicz. I mean, what are you going to do? Lukowicz is just playing red hot right now.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do it.
In the second round of the medal play, Lukowicz shot 7 under for the day.
Wow.
Just short of I don't know what the course. I think the course record is 63, so he obviously just short of that. But 7 under for the day. He made like a 30-foot birdie putt on 18 to get to 7 under for the day. So he's just playing unbelievable right now. And Pat Healy, congrats to Pat on winning his match today. It's his first ever RA amateur match win. So that's a big thing for him. He played well today, and he has a celebrity caddying for him in Dan York, Pat Ford's buddy. So,
oh boy.
So hopefully Dan has some magic tomorrow. But anyway, a big win for Pat. And then the last match, Moses Brown star Harry Dessel beat Cam Moniz 1-up. That was a great match. I was watching the end of that one, and unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, unfortunately, Max Jackson couldn't pull off the win today. The freshman, now sophomore phenom over at LaSalle, he lost 1-up to Jordan Amorin. So Harry Dessel now plays Jordan Amorin tomorrow in the final match of the day. So that's kind of a recap of the matches. I know we kind of went through it quickly, but all the information is on our website. We have the live blog, all that other stuff. Those are a couple of things I'm excited for. I know, Rich, you weren't necessarily there today, but we just kind of went through it, gave some play-by-play. And did you have any thoughts? I know you were just following on the live scoring and through our blog, but any thoughts strike you? Kind of chalk, right?
Joe. I just want to say it was possible for me to follow along at work the past couple of days because of you. You're doing a great job, man. I wish I could have. I wish I could be there to help you more, but you're doing a great job. Congrats to all the boys out there, Hammy, Tommy, all those guys. I'm actually excited to come tomorrow. I mean, I haven't been part of the coverage at all this week, so I'm happy to put my work in tomorrow. Sounds like it's going to be great. Good. It's going to be good weather. It's going to be hot. Joe, I know you like the hot weather. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the boys tee it up tomorrow.
Hey, I wore shorts today. People at Kepler couldn't believe
No,
it.
you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Oh, I did. I certainly did. Where's Mario? Tell him I wore shorts today.
Oh man, holy crap!
Yeah,
That's
no,
insane. I think I've only seen you wear. I think I've only seen you wear. I've known you for 6 or 7 years. I've seen you wear shorts. I wear shorts. I think 3 times.
playing golf. You're talking about, obviously.
No. You've never worn shorts playing golf. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
never
talking
worn
about
shorts.
like chilling on the side.
I wear shorts all the time. Just not to play. I just
That's
don't like
so
to wear them
funny.
playing golf. And yeah, so
Yeah.
I walk into Kirkbride and who I think it was Bob Pelick. Bob Pelick was there, and he goes, "Is something wrong with you?" I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're wearing shorts." So, yep, everyone's busting my balls, but I wore shorts today. Where's Mario? Let him know. I did. I in fact wear shorts today. And if you're
So
lucky,
you're
I
saying
may
you're
even wear
saying
shorts tomorrow. And if you're lucky, I may even wear
so you're
shorts
saying
tomorrow.
the sunglasses are a definite tomorrow. Then you're telling me
Yeah,
for
well,
them white sticks.
Right, something like that. So just to recap, so just to let everyone know, the round of 16 tomorrow. The first match begins at 7:30 a.m. They go off early because then they have to open the course up to the members. I have thoughts on that, but I want to keep them to myself. And then, so Kevin Silva's first off, McCormick second, Leopold third, then Cook, Galeri, Seeley, Lukowicz, and Dessel. The final match goes off, final match for the day again, goes off at 8:30 a.m., just to give you an idea. Joel Bassett says, great coverage, Joe. Thank you. It's good to see you on Wednesday, I think. Tuesday, I'm sorry. Good to see you on Tuesday. I get all confused with the days. And so that is the schedule for the rest of the week. Again, they moved it back a day. Monday was canceled, which I figured was going to be canceled because Mass Golf canceled their amateur. That's the other thing that's going on too, which I haven't paid any attention to. The Mass Amateur is actually going on, so I'll have to read up on that tonight, just to stay posted. Anyway, so they moved it all back a day. So the championship now is going to be on Sunday. It's a 36-hole final. And that tees off early in the morning. Then they have to take a lunch break. Then they go back out. So the second 18 will probably start around 12:30, 1 o'clock or so on Sunday. But I'll have more on that when it gets closer, obviously. Saturday is a big day. The quarterfinal round takes place Saturday morning, and then the semifinal round takes place Saturday afternoon. The whole thing will be over by like 5 p.m. at the latest, because obviously these guys play fast. It's twosomes, and they don't waste time looking for balls in the woods like I do. So Saturday's going to be a real fun day. Intense matches, intense atmosphere, and obviously I'm sure it'll be, no matter what way it all breaks, I'm sure it's going to be a good semifinal and good final. Usually these things kind of end up working themselves out. So super excited for that. But that's the schedule for the weekend. And again, Golf News Hour will have live blogs throughout the day, a new one launching every day. So tomorrow's will go up early in the morning. It'll be on Facebook, Twitter, Insta. It'll go out on our e-blast, etc. So, and again, the matches will be listed by tee times. So like we did today, the first match is first, and we'll try to update it with details, pictures, maybe some video, kind of as the day goes on, and so keep everybody up to date. And it's kind of it's kind of an alternate to the Golf Genius. Obviously, Golf Genius is great and it's helpful, and I use it while I'm out there just to help me keep track of everything. Obviously, I can't be everywhere, but we try to give some details on what's going on. Why does somebody lose a hole? Why does somebody win a hole? Etc. So that will go up early tomorrow morning. Thanks to everybody for following along, obviously, today. So there's that. Rich, do you have anything else to add? I know you're excited to come tomorrow. What match are you looking forward to tomorrow? Is there one that stands out? Obviously, I picked the 2 feature matches, but is there one that you're particularly excited for?
Let's see. Let me see. So obviously I'm gonna pick the McCormick versus Lance Gillett match. and the Hammy versus Austin Kylie match. Other than that, I want to see my number one. I want to see Bobby Leopold versus John O'Clair. That's my number one besides the obvious two. And the Luke. I actually want to see the Lukowitz versus Pat Healy match also. And I also I want to see how Brad Valois does too also. So I'm not going to henpeck these matches. I actually kind of want to see all of them. I want to see how these guys respond under pressure. I want to see how the course reacts. And like I said, I missed it all week. I'm real excited to at least have one day with the amateur.
Absolutely, and of course hardened up today with the heat finally after days
did
of
it
rain.
Really? That's awesome. Yeah. That's great.
It's in better shape. The first 2 days were very wet, and today it looks better, and it should be even better tomorrow with more heat. So let's do this. Let's take a promo break. Mario Martone says someone could clean up taking some action on these matches. If you want to offer it up, I mean, we're not going to run any betting rings, but if you want to.
Hey, Mario, did you hear that Joe wore shorts today? It's a miracle. I don't believe it. I'm going to have to see it. I'm going to take pictures tomorrow. I'll see it when I believe it.
So we'll have more amateur talk. Talk a little about the course, and then I do want to give Rich a few minutes on the British Open because there were some developments. We have a trivia question that I'm going to give you the answer to that I posted on our Facebook today. I think you'll all be surprised at the answer. So we're going to do that, and then we'll get into some other stuff as well. Do the British Open. Bryson DeChambeau made a fool of himself again for the second time in 3 weeks, and more on that. So I want to do the promo. But real quickly, I don't want to spend too much time on this. There's still people still aren't sure of the details. I do want to
Uncle Bob. Man.
I didn't see it. But real quickly, I just want to send out heartfelt thoughts and prayers to my former colleague at Go Local Prov, Kate Nagel. She was in a horrific ordeal, accident. I don't know what you would call it. It doesn't seem like an accident. She was in a horrific ordeal right in front of her house the other day. She got ran over by a motorcycle. The guy didn't stop. It was a hit and run. And she's in the emergency. She was rushed for emergency surgery yesterday evening. And so I just wanted to send out my thoughts and prayers to her and her family and everybody involved. I think she's going to be okay, it sounds like. And again, the details are still iffy. Pat and I were just talking about it off the air, trying to see if we can piece some of the stuff together, but it's just a horrific ordeal. And so my heartfelt thoughts and prayers go out to her. She was a huge help to me while I was at Go Local. Learned a lot from her, and we definitely had some fun adventures. So anyway, thoughts and prayers to her and her family, and hopefully she's going to be okay and she'll be back on the news scene real quick. So on that note, let's take a break. We'll be back with some more golf talk. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armen Keteyian. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
I mean, we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National. You could not see 50 yards.
All right, we are back on the Golf Dudes podcast. Joe Clarber here, Rich Capaldi alongside. And we did the whole show basically on the Ryan Amateur. Lots to break down, lots to be excited for tomorrow. I know Ryan Silver said we're getting him excited for local golf, and people should be. It's a big deal. Yes, Uncle Bob, I did wear shorts today. It only takes 120% humidity to show those calves. Yeah. Well, if I was playing, I would have worn pants, but I wasn't playing, so I figured I would wear shorts. So
You're out of your
just
mind.
let it be known that if I wasn't playing today. I didn't play today. I was just watching and writing, working and watching and writing and working. So yes, I did wear shorts today, just for the record, and I got my balls busted by everybody in the club, which is fine. Mark Santos says, "Great work, fellas." Thank you, Mark. Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend watching the golf. And yeah, the course hardened up today. It's in a little bit better condition. It's gonna be fun to see what they do with the pins today. The pin on 18, like I said, was in front right near kind of like the water. Pin on 17 was way in the back left. So a long shot. And the tees have been all the way back as well. The pin on 10 was in the back right. In fact, Larry Lafauci had to go for it, and he ended up putting his ball in the woods and ended up losing his ball, and he ended up conceding the hole. So his trials and tribulations kind of continued. But a few guys went for it today because the tees were way back. So it's going to be interesting to see the setup tomorrow and into the weekend, because I think they're going to try to make it a little bit more difficult. Uncle Bob says, "Thank God, because playing could have blinded somebody." I could have. I tried. See, I wear shorts one day. I think I'm doing a good thing, and I get my balls busted. So never again. Never again. Wearing pants. The rest of the
my God.
So,
Fantastic.
So that's something our amateur coverage. Obviously, we can still talk about that. If you have any follow-up thoughts on the course, I know you're excited to see it tomorrow, and you'll probably have more thoughts after tomorrow. But that's kind of where we are with that. I do want to get a few minutes on the British Open. Obviously, our amateur, Uncle Bob says, "Great coverage, boys." Thank you. I did a great job today. Obviously, our amateur takes precedent, but obviously the British Open is a major. This is the last major of the season, so I do want to give it some respect. And I do have a trivia question. I did post it on Facebook earlier, and if you know it, because Golf Channel, they didn't talk about this particular question, but they hinted at the answer. So the trivia question is, 56 pages of what famous novel takes place at Royal St. George's? The novel isn't a book. Is a movie, excuse me. The novel is a movie, and it's part of a legendary series that's still ongoing today.
All right.
And
So 56 pages. Say it again.
56 pages of what famous novel takes place at Royal St. George's? The novel is a movie, and it's part of a legendary series. You're going to die when I tell you.
All right. Yeah, I give up.
The answer is James Bond Goldfinger. The book Goldfinger.
Oh, wow.
The actual novel takes place. The movie doesn't take place at Royal St. George. It's at a regular golf course. You know when James Bond plays Goldfinger in a match? In the book, the original book by Ian Fleming, it takes place at Royal St. George's. In the last 56 pages. Because here's the kicker, Ian Fleming was a member at Royal St. George's. He was a big golfer. And that's why he put it in the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Golf Channel had a package on this like the other night. Not that particular trivia question, so I'm not like stealing their question. But I researched it. And they had a package on this whole thing the other night. And they said that Fleming was a big golfer back in the day, and he was a member at Royal St. George's. And he used to take a bus home from the course, and the bus number was 007. And that's how he came up with 007.
Oh, that's cool.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You guys, is this serious?" I looked up and all of a sudden Golf Channel was talking about James Bond. I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And that's the story. But yeah, that was a trivia question. So the answer is James Bond Goldfinger. I'm not talking about the movie. The movie takes place at some other golf course. Obviously, they're not getting on Royal St. George's. But the book, if you find the original book, and I would love to read the original James Bond novels. I don't know if there's any way to find them, but if you read the original book, the match with Goldfinger takes place at Royal St. George's. So there's your little history lesson, Royal St. George's history lesson. But I wanted to do that to get us into, one, I'm a huge James Bond fan, but two, to get us into British Open talk. I know you didn't see much of it today, but you kind of studied up the last half hour or so. Louis Oosthuizen back in the lead again, my guy. He's let me down twice already this year. He's let me down twice already this year. She's surely going to let me down a third time. But he was 6 under par today. He has 6 runner-up finishes in majors. That ties Phil Mickelson's U.S. Open runner-up finishes. And Jordan Spieth is right behind him at 5 under. Then Mackenzie Hughes and Dylan Fratelli and a bunch of people that we don't care about. Fascinating first round. The course seemed like it played easy this morning, and then kind of got a little bit more difficult in the afternoon. So I think the winds changed. I know Ricky Fowler's like 1 under. Rory, I think, is even for the day, if I'm not mistaken. But first day of the British Open is in the books. Tee off again is at 1:30 a.m. tomorrow. I was watching something on Golf Channel in between our amateur stuff, and then obviously when I get home. But I know you didn't see much of it today. You probably watched some highlights and stuff since. But what are your thoughts on the leaderboard? Is Louis going to blow us again?
So when I woke up this morning, my Twitter was abuzz with Spieth going low. He had a pretty much a perfect card except for the par 3 third. He made a bogey on that, but other than that, he was pretty much perfect on the day. Played a very good round from what I saw. Like I said, I did not watch an ounce of video coverage today. I just saw Twitter highlights. But yeah, let me go through the leaderboard real quick with the stars. Your boy Louis is at 6 under, like we said. Spieth's at 5 under, 1 back. Brian Harmon's 5 under. Dylan Fratelli, Stuart Sink, Webb Simpson at 4 under. Come on, computer. There we go. Danny Willett, the unsung Masters hero, Rando at 3 under. Justin Rose also at 3 under. Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, which was a good bet to win it this week. Tommy Fleetwood also at 3 under. Let's see, we got my boy Victor Hovland. He's at 2 under. Paul Casey 2 under. Dustin at 2 under. Sergio 2 under. Brandt Snedeker 2 under. Francesco Molinari 2 under. We all know his success in the British Open, or the Open as the locals call it. Brooks Koepka at 1 under. Joel Damon 1 under. I have to say this because I love his name, Taylor Gooch. I love that last name. Gooch is fantastic. He's at 1 under. Will Zalatoris also at 1 under. Lanto Griffin, Schauffele, Fowler, Cameron Smith at 1 under. Jason Kokrak, Daniel Berger. What else we got? Kevin Streelman, Harold Varner at even under. Harold Varner was actually a not an exception, but he actually made it into the Open, given the fact that there was so many top guys that actually withdrew. So hopefully he makes some waves. Tony Finau, Billy Horschel, Matt Wallace, Emiliano Grillo, Rafa Cabrera Bello, Russell Henley, Kevin Kisner, Rory, Max Homa, all at even. Jimmy Walker. This leaderboard's really long, so I'm just going to cut it at even. Bryson is at 1 over with Shane Lowry and John Rahm and Lee Westwood. I'm going to cut it up there because there's just there's too many. There's too many people to.
Now, while you just mentioned them, let's talk about this for a second. We only have a few minutes left. Pat Ford actually has a show on after us, so stay tuned for that. Or don't, whatever you want to do. So let's talk about Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, Christ. Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Did I even? I didn't even say anything. Where the hell is he? Let me say this real quick. Henrik Stenson is 1 over. He's tracking right now. He's only 7 back, but he is another count he heard from. But I just wanted to throw that in there.
All right, now let's get into this Bryson DeChambeau nonsense. We have a few minutes left. Like I said, Pat Ford has a show on after us. Bryson DeChambeau, for the second time in like 3 weeks, I think, or maybe it's the second time in 2 weeks for all I know. I think it's 3. Bryson DeChambeau continues to make a fool of himself. The guy struggled. First of all, he's playing the British Open. He's hitting the wrong clubs because you don't play a British Open like you do an American golf course. That's the first problem. Nope. Then he blames his club and his company Cobra.
Directly blames Cobra for it.
And he literally said, well, my driver sucks, and we've been working on it, and yada, 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 all this other nonsense. In his press conference, he rants about it to the media, which is the first mistake. Yep. Or actually probably the second mistake, but either way. So he makes a complete fool of himself. Cobra comes out and releases a statement, which means they were pissed, and they dump on him for it. And they dump on him for it. They call him it's all a stupid comment and how they're bending over backwards for it and all this other stuff. What a debacle. Now, this is the second time in 3 weeks he's done this. Remember, the Rocket Mortgage Classic, which, by the way, sponsors him, he left without talking to the media because he was all pissed. Plus, he fired his caddy either before the tournament or during the tournament, whatever it was. So he left without talking to the media, which is okay. I mean, I guess, athletes get passed once in a while for that kind of thing. I don't think it's cool. But when it's your title sponsor, when you're the title sponsor of the event, you sit and you have your ass talk to the media, even if it's completely miserable, or even if you say 2 words. So he just continues to make a complete fool of himself. Who knows what it's going to look like? I mean, I don't know if Cobra's going to stay with him. DeChambeau has since apologized within the last 2 hours or something. He issued a statement, I believe. I saw it on Twitter. So he just continues to make a complete fool of himself. He's must-watch TV for sure. But he just continues to be an idiot. He's going to get himself in a lot of trouble. He's going to have no sponsors in a couple of weeks.
So he said in the original statement that he doesn't like the way the ball comes off the actual face of the club. And then Cobra rebuttals with, we can only make a club so fast. I think his driver's like 5 degrees. The normal That's player plays with anywhere between like 9.5 and 10.5, sometimes like 12. Anywhere between like 9.5 and 12.5 degrees. Like my dad, he plays with like a 12 or a 12.5. And this dude's playing with a 5. And Cobra just said, he's like, we don't know how to make the ball go any higher at a 5-degree loft. So he's legit making things impossible for these guys. And we wonder why his caddy quit on him. Straight up.
It's quite unbelievable. I know Brandel Chambly had a field day with it on the live from after the tournament ended. So complete fool of himself. I don't really
just getting borderline ridiculous now, man.
We'll see what he does the rest of the week. I'm sure he's not going to make the cut because he continues to play courses the wrong way. But I don't know. It was funny. He was hitting out at the long high rough because he keeps hitting drivers, and you just hit a. I remember when Tiger played. What was it, Royal Liverpool? I think he hit 2 iron off the tee on every hole when he won in 2006.
Yep.
The course might be wrong. That might be the wrong course. But whenever he won in 2006, he hit 2 iron. He hit 1 driver at that whole tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just continues to make a fool of himself. I mean, it's entertaining to watch. I mean, from a media perspective, I'm thankful for him. Thank you. It gave me content. Gave me something to talk about.
And
so
because,
keep going. But
because of that, I don't think he's going to change. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's that. We gotta get out of here because Pat has a show. Do you have anything else to add? Actually, you have a big money tournament on Kings Crossing on Saturday, right? You gonna win, or is Golf News Rye again? Is Golf News Rye the official sponsor?
I fired off a nice warning shot to the boys, to the club boys in a group text last night. Got a couple comments. Pop's bit. A couple of the other guys bit.
Is it time for my handoff for the show?
Oh, Pat Ford tuning in.
Hey.
Hello, Mr. Ford. How are you?
Great. Hey, listen, stay tuned after this marvelous hour of entertainment and information. I'm going to be interviewing Irina Zuckerman, and we're going to be talking about something as far removed from golf as possible. We're going to be talking about the Yemeni civil war and its implications for American defense policy. So
all right, Mr.
stay tuned.
Mr. Ford, thank you for joining us. Did you want to give a quick shout out to Kate Nagel?
Absolutely. I saw Kate.
We're all competitors, but obviously we're not trying to see.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of love here, and you want someone like Kate does a wonderful job, and we just wish her nothing but the quickest return to complete recovery. I can imagine she's in a lot of pain right now. I guess she's stabilized. She's had surgery. She put this out on a public post, and nothing but the best. We just she's an important. Not only is she a friend, but she's an important part of the Rhode Island news scene, and she's done a lot over the years to expose a lot of corruption, a lot of chaos. So nothing but the best.
Absolutely. And on that note, we're going to get out of here. This has been the Golf Dudes podcast. We will talk to you tomorrow. We'll be at Kirkbride Country Club bright and early. If you want to replay the show, go for it. or we'll have it in an article tomorrow night. So anyway, Rich, thanks for coming on. Good luck I'll talk to you tomorrow anyway, but good luck in your big money tournament. And Golf News or I will be happy to be the official sponsor of Rich Capaldi in his big money tournament. So and for that
Nice.
you get for that you get nothing and like it. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Good luck to everybody tomorrow in the amateur, and we will see you all there. And by the way, a quick note: 5 Kirkbride guys got into the second round. So congrats to all of them. 5 out of 7 guys that were in the field. So congrats to everybody, and good luck tomorrow. This is the Golf Dudes Podcast. Pat Ford is up next, and we are